Okay, good afternoon, everybody. And I'm pleased to be joined by my colleagues, Senators Warnock and Klobuchar. And I want to thank them for being here, and not just for being here, but for their really tireless work on lowering costs that are going to just hurt so many Americans in a few short weeks. Unfortunately, our Republican colleagues refused to do what they should have done. I want everyone here to understand just what happened on the Senate floor. Senate Republicans just shoved the American people off the side of a cliff with no parachute and with an anchor tied to their feet. Republicans just blocked the Democrats' bill for a clean, simple extension of the ACA tax credits. The last chance they had to ensure people's premiums do not skyrocket in the coming months. Democrats did the work, but now Republicans chose the consequences. Now Republicans have all but guaranteed that tens of millions of people will see their premiums double or triple or more next year. Republicans now own America's health care crisis. Democrats tried all year to stop this health care crisis. We put real legislation on the floor to ensure these tax credits do not expire. And Republicans blocked it, not once, not twice, but 13 times throughout the year. 13 times they voted against our extensions of the ACA credits. 13 times. We tried over and over again. Then we tried 1 year. We tried 2 years. We tried 3 years. We tried everything. They kept saying no. And, of course, Republicans had every opportunity to negotiate, to join us, or for a serious plan to prevent premiums from rising after January 1st. Instead, today Republicans voted down the only plan that would have stopped the premium spikes, while having no plan of their own. Until a few days ago, they had no plan at all to put on the floor. They were so embarrassed they had no plan, they said they put a little bubble gum and Scotch tape together and put together a ridiculous, phony plan that simply helps the insurance companies. It was a list of right-wing wish list. More junk insurance, fewer protections, restrictions on women's health care. Their plan, their junk insurance plan, it's called a junk insurance plan, has been ridiculed over and over and over again. And it couldn't even pass the Republican Senate. Today, actually, our proposal got more votes than theirs. Our vote actually had a majority. Theirs did not. Our vote had a majority and was bipartisan, and theirs was not. After today's vote, the American health care crisis is now 100% on Republican shoulders. On January 1st, premiums are going to go up. All of us have had people crying in front of us, in our arms, saying, what are they going to do when they've cut off the money that pays for my daughter's cancer treatment? What am I going to do? They've told me that my dad or mom is going to be kicked out of their nursing home, which is going to close. What am I going to do when I have to change doctors who I've worked with for years on curing a disease that my spouse has? Well, coverage got a lot harder to afford, and families are facing a lot of impossible, horrible choices. And Republicans owned every bit of it because of the way they voted today. Shameful. Shame on them. They all so many of them seem to be in a bubble. We know Trump's in a bubble when he calls affordability a hoax. And he says he doesn't want to do anything to help people with health care. They're in a bubble too. The suffering of people is going to be enormous and heart-wrenching. How can Republicans look themselves in the mirror knowing they have to go back home and tell people over the holidays, I voted to send your premiums up, Republicans are going to say. They're going to say they voted. Are they going to tell their constituents they voted to double their monthly premiums? Are they going to tell their constituents they voted to kick you off insurance? Are they going to tell their constituents, I voted to get you sick and go broke? Because that's what Republicans did by blocking a clean extension of the tax credits. When families open their health insurance bills in January and see the sky-high premiums staring back at them, they will know. The American people will know that Democrats fought to stop these hikes, but Republicans fought to guarantee that they happen. Republicans blocked the solution. They blocked the backup solution. They blocked any negotiations, no matter how hard we tried. And now the next chapter begins. Republicans will have to answer to the American people, explain to the country why they chose higher health care costs over real solutions. Republicans must answer for why people will lose coverage. Republicans must answer why families see premiums double and triple over the next year. Democrats' focus does not change. We fought like hell to stop these hikes, and we're going to continue to fight like hell to bring costs down for the American people on health care, on housing, on electric rates, on groceries. But Republicans are fighting like hell to send those costs right through the roof. They're fighting like hell to kick people off insurance. They're fighting like hell to cut taxes and give sweet giveaways to billionaires and the ultra-rich. January 1st is coming. Republicans are responsible for what happens next. This is their crisis now, and they're going to have to answer for it.